Thanks once more. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you are actually able to see it. Okay.
And we can see it.
Okay. So I'm guessing that you're seeing then the first slide, Martin Wave. Okay. So first and foremost, okay, to start from, thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. Okay. So this is part of the session around CRM and skills, focusing or as part of the summit around Martin Wave 2021. Okay, so as mentioned, my name is Paul Gomes, and I'm working in Barcelona right now. Okay, and I've been working across different countries, and I'll let you know that in a sec. Okay, so let's go into the agenda of today. So essentially, as I mentioned, so I'm going to be covering then CRM and skills. And by skills, what I mean is that I'm going to give you guys a bit of my personal advice, okay, on what are the skills that you should actually look at for 2021 and beyond, okay? So if you want to be successful in terms of the CRM, marketing technology, sales technology, so this is my advice to you, but actually, it works also for marketing as a whole. Okay, so let's go into this. So I'm going to go then on the agenda of today. So I'm going to be covering then CRM ins and outs. Okay, so giving you a bit the trends around CRM. What is it that you can expect? What is this about? But also one of the things that I'm really keen to go into is actually to share with you live, hands-on, Salesforce CRM, but also Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, so we're going to go into the different platforms, and I'm going to be sharing with you what is it that you can actually do inside a marketing platform. Okay, and how is it that you can run campaigns and etc. Then the other thing that I was keen also to cover with you today are then the top skills that you should consider to master, okay, for 2021 and beyond. And as mentioned by Rebecca, so I'm going to have then a Q&A at the end, okay? So let's go into this. So my intro, so myself. So I've been working on project management and also program management, mostly in connection to CRM, marketing technology, and sales technology. Okay, so and I've been working across different countries, essentially 5 countries. Okay, but I also have been working at the European and the global level. Okay, so if you have any questions with regards to that, how is it that is to work in different countries, things like that. So I'm happy to address that also during the Q&A. Okay, so that's myself in terms of experience. So I've been traveling a lot, but working across different countries as well. I've been working on Salesforce CRM as a platform since 2012. Okay, I'm quite keen on sharing knowledge as much as I can. Okay, and also I've been working on digital transformation, focusing on marketing, sales, and service essentially since 2012. Okay, and just to mention this as well, because I do believe that is important, on the back of what happened previously and due to the coronavirus, okay, I decided to create my own YouTube channel and share knowledge as much as I could in order to support people. And by doing that, I'm just sharing knowledge around marketing, around CRM, marketing technology as well, so that I can help as much as I can. So it's my contribution. Okay, so I've been posting a lot and sharing content around those areas also within my LinkedIn. Okay, so feel free to check it out. Okay, let's go a bit into the CRM ins and outs. Okay, so what is this about? So essentially, I'm going to give you, I would say, rather in-depth a view of what is CRM, but hopefully at the same time, I'll keep it light and also fun and interesting. Okay, so looking into the CRM, I would say that essentially CRM by definition is mostly related to sales. Okay, and was created so that we could actually do pipeline management. So managing the opportunities up to the point that we actually have a closed won or a closed lost deal. Okay, so on the back of that, and this started roughly 7 years ago, there was this increasing understanding and idea that we should actually build something similar for the marketing side and then for the service side. Okay, this is how marketing automation actually started to grow, and this is related to this first quadrant that you are seeing right now. Okay, on your left side, and then the service side also started to grow. So the three together is what we can explain or share as a full CRM. Okay, so my idea right now is to share with you what are then the platforms that you should actually consider if you are looking to actually to go into the CRM world. Okay, and so that you have an idea of what is it that I'm speaking of. So CRM is I would say most likely the most important, let's say, industry in terms of technology and marketing and sales. Okay, so roughly the value is around 80 billion a year. Okay, so as you can tell, it's rather big. Okay, but looking to the different platforms that you should actually consider, you have, let's say, starting on the marketing side, and if you are more keen to work on the marketing side, I would say that take a look into Adobe. Okay, Adobe Marketing Cloud is a very powerful platform for marketing automation. Okay, and we're gonna go inside of a marketing automation platform in a second, so that you have a better understanding of what is this about. But also, aside from Adobe, that is the leader within the marketing platforms, you also have Salesforce Marketing Cloud for the B2C, but also Pardot for the B2B. Okay. Also, I would advise you guys to take a look into Oracle Marketing Cloud. Okay, Eloqua specifically. Those are the three main players that you should look at if you are looking actually to invest your career on the CRM world. Okay, looking into more into the proper CRM between brackets. So you have Salesforce CRM, you have Microsoft Dynamics CRM, but also Oracle CRM. There is another one as well called Siebel that is completely being discontinued. So if some of you guys receive an offer to work on Siebel, just disregard, because it's not worth your time, I would say. Okay. There are a couple more. So there's Sugar CRM, that's kind of a copy of Salesforce, and then Zuo as well, for those that actually want to work within this realm of CRM. On the service side, Salesforce is without a question the leader by far. But also there are a few that I would consider that you should take a look at. One is ServiceNow, that is evolving quite fast, and Pegasystems as well. And there's another one called Customer. Okay, and here you may ask me, Paul, why is that important? So Customer is almost like the last one. Why is it that you say that we should actually invest time on that one? The reason is quite simple. So Customer was bought by Facebook, okay, this year. And it's rather likely that Facebook will invest a lot of money, will pump a lot of money into Customer. So Customer will start to grow, and most likely will come to a point that will become one of the leaders as well. Okay, so take a look into this, because if you are really looking to invest on the area of CRM, I would highly advise you to do so. Okay, so those are then the main players that you should consider across the different CRM platforms. Okay, let's go a bit into the CRM and CLM and what is the mix-up about. So by CLM, what I mean is customer lifecycle management. Okay, and CRM is customer relationship management. And why is it that there is this kind of a confusion where that involve the two? So essentially, the CLM, it's a marketing automation solution. Okay, then I'm going to share with you in a sec. I'm going to go and take a look at. And then you have the CRM that is essentially looking into the sales side. But then you have the full CRM that actually involves marketing, service, and sales. If we look then into the marketing automation or customer lifecycle management platform, what is it that you can actually do in such a platform? Essentially, you can run campaigns, okay, in a nutshell, okay? So you can run campaigns through different channels, through social, through forms, landing pages, websites, etc. Okay, so this is important for you to understand that CRM is not the same as a CLM, okay? So that you understand if you want to go more towards one end or towards the other, okay? I'm I'm working across all the three. So if you have any questions around that, feel free also to address them. Okay, let's go a bit more into detail. So what is it that you can expect on the CRM side? Okay, before we actually go and live and we see it live. So within the CRM, what you can expect is that essentially you're going to have a big deal of focus on the sales side, but it's also expected that you're going to work in connection with marketing and also with customer experience, okay? Customer success. Essentially, you're going to be then managing everything that is around the pipeline management, so deals, okay, business, okay, running business and managing business, reporting on business, understanding the different business processes. But aside from that, what is it that you can expect is that you're going to have a platform where you can actually add on top of this of the CRM different options in terms of MarTech. Like I'm going to give you an example. For instance, you can add on top of a CRM, you can, for instance, add LinkedIn Sales Navigator, okay? So that it's a more powerful version of the normal LinkedIn that we all know. It's a kind of a LinkedIn with steroids, okay? That will give you much more power in terms of running your business. Then, for instance, you have the MarTech things where you can actually add on top of the marketing platforms. You can add, for instance, a solution that will allow you to do WhatsApp campaigns as well, using WhatsApp as a channel, okay? So this is a bit the logic of what is it that you can also do on top of the CRM. Aside from that, you can do campaign performance and management of the campaigns. This is where the customer actually resides end to end. And there is this point here that I would like really to underline is around e-commerce, okay? And why is this important? So e-commerce before 2020 was growing roughly at the rate of 10% a year, okay? 2020 came coronavirus, okay? So it started to grow at the pace of 40% a year, okay? So my expectation is that we'll continue to grow, most likely at the rate of over 40% during 2021 and beyond. So if you are taking a decision, where is it that I should actually focus my attention on? I would say that e-commerce should be one of your top bets, okay? Aside from that, what is it that you also have on the CRM side? For those that are more techy. Within CRM, you can do workflows, processes, triggers, code. You can write code, you can analyze data, run reports, and you can actually have artificial intelligence running so that you can actually support your business, okay? So this is the CRM in a nutshell, okay? So CLM. So CLM is about the marketing side of things. So it's marketing automation. So here, essentially, what I'm going to underline is the different channels that you can actually use. So you can actually use social media. You can use data management platforms that actually combine the data that you have inside the marketing automation, okay, that come from the different channels, such as email, website, social media, etc. But also you can combine with different information that exists outside, okay? The combination of that allows for you to actually have a more of a 360 view understanding of the customer, okay? So this is really important as well. Also, the other thing that I would highly underline is this concept around single channel, multi-channel, and omni-channel. What is this about? So the most stronger platforms of marketing automation will allow for omni-channel, okay? Like a single channel platform, normally speaking, allows only for email marketing and just that, okay? So although it's not really a marketing automation platform, I'm going to give you as an example of that. So you have MailChimp, okay? It's a platform that you can use to send out email marketing. But aside from that, you have platforms that allow for you, for instance, to use, as I mentioned, websites, social media, etc. So those are multi-channel. But then you have also omni-channel. What is omni-channel about? Omni-channel is about the combination of sending a campaign through different channels, but actually having the possibility to give the same kind of experience to the customer across channels. So like, for instance, if Rebecca, for instance, goes to the website of Glovo, she will be recognized as being Rebecca. If she goes to our app, she will be recognized as being the same person. And if she engages with later on a business with Glovo, she will be then recognized as being one person. And the idea is that she will have the same kind of experience across different channels, okay? So that's the concept, okay? So let's go a bit more into detail, hands-on on Salesforce and Salesforce Marketing Cloud. What is it that you can actually do with these platforms that are so strong? Okay, it's so powerful. Before we do that, I'm just going to give you a bit of advice as well. If you want to invest your time on CRM, what is it that you should actually consider, and what is it that you should actually do? So, in a nutshell, this is Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce started as just a CRM platform. But right now is much more than that. Is more of a customer 360 platform. Okay, it has everything that has to do with the customer. So it has the CRM, has the service side of things, has Marketing Cloud, B2C, but also part of B2B, as the Commerce Cloud, as Tableau for business intelligence, so that you have an idea. So Tableau was bought by Salesforce um, this past year for 15, almost 16 billion. Okay, there's a lot of money in Salesforce and a lot of money on CRM. Okay, so they bought this year Slack for 27 billion. Okay, so there's a lot of money, and the reason for this is that this is one of the most important, if not the most important thing around marketing in our days. It's around being data driven, is around being technology driven, and this is why companies are investing so much. Okay, so that you are mindful of that. Okay, so also you have MuleSoft for data integration. You have Trailhead for you guys to learn how to work with Salesforce, and then you have Viva, for instance, for pharma, and then Einstein for artificial intelligence. So I tried to give you guys a bit of support in terms of understanding what are the ones that you should be looking at. So those that have a red cross are those that have more demand in terms of the market. Those that have a yellow cross have some demand, and those that do not have lower demand. Okay, so those that have a red cross, definitely go for it. Like, I'm going to give you an example. If you're going to work on Sales Cloud, it's likely that you're not going to be spending less than a month without a job. MuleSoft, 15 days. So there is some of the solutions that are extremely powerful. Okay, so let's go into Marketing Cloud. I'll start on that. So I'm just going to go share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Okay. Can you see a platform there with Email Studio, Marketing Cloud, etc.? Can someone say yes to me? Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Thanks, Matthias. So this is then Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay. So here, as you can see, we have different channels. Okay. So the ones that I'm going to be focusing more, just to give you a bit of a high-level view on what is this about, it's going to be on email. Okay. And then we're going to be checking out how is it that you can actually build a campaign. Okay. So on Email Studio. Okay, so you have Email Studio as a channel. You have mobile as well. You have social. Okay, that connects all the social media. You have Advertising Studio where you can build your ad tech. Okay, web for the construction of websites, etc. But also you have everything that you need to actually to analyze the results of your campaigns. Okay, so let's go into this. So Email Studio. So I'm going to give you just a snip. Okay, so here I'm just gonna pick up this one. So this is where you can actually build your email marketing campaign. Okay, and then in order for you to track what's happening after you took care of your email marketing and you send out your email marketing, you can actually analyze the data and to understand what is it that people click the most. Okay, so that you can actually optimize your email marketing. Okay, so that next time around you can actually do better, or you can actually just build one in email marketing and the second version of email marketing and do an A/B testing, for instance, as an example. Okay, so let's go into Journey Builder. Okay, this is where you can actually build a campaign. Okay, so I'm gonna send out or ask just a kind of, or raise a question. So like for instance, I was working on a company called Michael Page. Okay, so Michael Page had roughly 7,000 people. Okay, globally speaking. So the question is, how many of those were actually marketing people? Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples. So within the company, we had finance people, we had marketing people, we had recruiters, of course. We had people from the different areas. Okay, and and the marketing department was covering the entire globe. So how many people do we actually had on the marketing side? So just to raise some questions there. Anyone wants to guess a number? So remember that at Michael Page we were 7,000 globally.
Can say maybe 20?
20 people. Okay, you were close, Rebecca. Well done. So there were actually 50 people working on the marketing in Michael Page. The big difference was that prior to the rollout of marketing automation, there were roughly 200. Okay, what does that mean, and why is this important? It's important because with the rising and of marketing automation, a lot of the things that were done by people were suddenly automated as much as possible. So I'm going to give you an example of that. So at for instance European level, so I was leading the team there. We were 7 people, okay, running the campaigns for 12 countries at the European level, okay. And the reason for that is that you need to have much more deeper knowledge, okay, much more a mix of business and tech. And by having that, what will happen is that you will find yourself a place to work for sure. Okay, those that are more generalistics, okay, that are just at a higher level of marketing, did not have a job at the end. Okay, so they needed or to be reconverted or needed to move on. Okay, and I'm being very concrete to give you an example of that, so that you understand what's happening and the need to adapt. Okay, and the need to learn faster. Okay, so with regards to this, and just to continue to give you an example of, so before you needed to build your campaign more manually, etc. Now you can just do it automatically. Okay, so you build the campaign. So here, for instance, are the different data sources. Could be an Excel, or could be a SQL data extension. Okay, or could be coming, for instance, from Salesforce, and you just drag. Okay, and you drop it here. Okay, and then it started to feed the information from that specific data extension. That's the name. And then you start saying, okay, run the campaign, wait for an hour, okay, check if the campaign was open, yes or not. If it was not open, wait for a day more, then take a decision. So all of this is being done automatically. So you build the logic, okay, and after that, the campaign runs by itself, okay. And what you can do as well, you can add push notifications. So you can send out SMS, you can send out emails. So you can actually combine multiple channels. And you can also start a campaign using, for instance, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, that it connects to Sales Cloud or even to Service Cloud. As an example, for instance, you have a campaign that was launched, and you want to pick up the leads from those campaigns, okay, and send another campaign to those same leads. So you can connect to the leads that actually exist, potential business that exists within Sales Cloud, okay, and start your campaign and targeting those leads. And all of this can be built automatically, and you can decide when is it that the campaign will start, when is it that will end, and you can build logic around how is it that campaign can actually run, okay? So just to give you some examples, okay? So this is Salesforce Marketing Cloud in a high level. Okay, let's go into Salesforce CRM. Okay, so this is Salesforce. What is it that you can do on Salesforce? So you can do management of opportunities, of campaigns. You can check on different dashboards. and you can actually manage everything that is running with all the data that exists inside the CRM. But also on top of that, what is it that you can also do that is quite exciting is you can actually build new things, okay? So imagine that you are running a campaign, okay? And you want, for instance, to build an object. That's the name that is given. So a kind of a table. And this can be, for instance, to measure the quality of your leads, okay? So you build the object, and on this case, I already built it. It's called lead scoring, okay? And this object did not exist in Salesforce, did not exist on the CRM. You build it, and you are using it to track the performance of your campaign, okay? And why, how can you actually do that? So essentially, on the back, you're gonna have a setup, okay? And here, you're gonna have the possibility of going into Object Manager, and here you can create your own object. And just think, whatever you wanna do, you can just do it in Salesforce. It's your imagination is your limit, okay? So going back, what else can you actually do on Salesforce as well? So for instance, imagine that um, you have your leads, okay, that arrived from the campaign. Those leads were actually converted into opportunities, and you want to check how much are you actually going to be able to close. And why is this important for you to be aware of this? Because you are the brain, and you're going to continue to be the brain even when you are working with the salespeople. Okay, that's the way life is. Okay, so if you want to check then on opportunities, like for instance, you can go into the different opportunities that you have. Okay, and you're going to say, okay, let me check then where do we stand in terms of opportunities. Okay, so these are all the opportunities that are there. So I'm just going to click, and then suddenly you're going to have access to the full view of the different opportunities. And here you have the different steps of an opportunity. Okay, by clicking here on another, it will refresh as you go. So Salesforce is cloud-based. You can work with your mobile, you can work with your tablet, you can work with your laptop, of course, and it's extremely fast. Okay, there's no need to add software, zero. It just plug and play, put your password, and you are good to go. Okay, so then you are managing opportunities and try to understand, okay, are then the campaigns that I've built were successful? Did they create the leads and they created the opportunities that were actually interesting? Okay, so you want to see it on a wider view. Okay, so you have this option that is called Kanban, where you see all the opportunities that actually exist. Okay, so then you can actually teach the salesperson how to manage the opportunities, where is it that they should focus, and more. Salesforce is intelligent enough to give you this warning. Whenever you find one thing like this, it's the AI working on the back saying, hey, Paulo, you did not work on this opportunity for quite a while. You are missing events, you are missing tasks. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, brilliant, thanks for that. So I'm just gonna drag and drop, and I'm gonna put it there. So, and automatically the value is updated, and everything inside this given opportunity is updated like that. You don't need to do anything. Salesforce does everything for you. So this is the power of the CRM, okay? So you can create everything that you want, objects from scratch. You can create uh, essentially dashboards, reports. You can create connections to your campaigns and manage the entire life cycle of the customer inside of your platform. Okay, so this is the power of the CRM. Okay, we could be here for quite a while, but I'm gonna give you just a quick and high level. Okay, you can also, just to give you an example of, imagine that you're gonna go into your leads. This is the realm of marketing, and you want to change this page. You can do it. So Salesforce is highly plastic. Okay, you can just edit the page, and you can drag and drop objects that were already pre-built, like for instance, Einstein AI, and just drag it. And then you save, and then it will have there that information. Okay, so I find it very, very powerful. Okay, hopefully you are as well. okay? Because this is really the future, okay? The present and the future. And I think that you are in such a tremendous stage at your life that you should actually invest time and grow faster than I've grown. Okay, that's why I'm here, is to share as much as I can so that you can be, so I'm working since 2004, okay? So hopefully you're gonna be at a different level, okay? And you're gonna be growing much faster than I grow. Okay, so that's my pledge and my, hopefully, my idea, let's say, when I accepted this invitation. Okay, so let's go. So this was then Salesforce and Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And before we go into the QA, I'm just quite keen just to share a bit what are the top skills that you should really consider to master in 2021 and beyond, because things are changing quite fast. Okay, it's not that I'm saying I'm going to share with you 10. Okay, it's not that I'm saying you need to master all the 10, because that is almost impossible, but maybe you should try to focus on some that have a really high demand, and thinking on mastering those. Okay, so let's go. So I also added here a bit of content, some books, links that you can check. We're going to check that in a sec. But before that, I'm just going to go through and just take high level, explain to you what is this about. Some of the top skills that you should really consider to master. So growth mindset. What is this about? The concept of growth mindset is that you need to be a forever student. Okay. So you guys are closing your masters and you're thinking, maybe I would need to do, I don't know, one course extra on top of this, or an MBA or a PhD. So I can give you my my experience. Okay, I closed my postgrad, and then after that I took 7 certifications on Salesforce and 3 courses on CRM. Okay, and Salesforce is running 3 releases every year. So every year you're gonna find yourself with roughly between 500 to 1,000 pages to study at every release. Okay, this is how you need to think yourself as being a student forever. Okay, then upskilling. This is about adding skills. Okay, on top. I'm gonna give you a concrete example of this. So as we stand right now, due to the 4th industrial revolution, AI, robotics, etc., there is no way that we're going to have sufficient people that can actually do what we need to be done in terms of work. So there's one option that most companies are taking, that is to or hire more people like yourselves, or looking to those that exist within the companies and try to transform them, upskill them, so that they are more skilled in a way that they can actually work with marketing automation, as an example. Okay. Then the other point that I would say that you should really consider to master this is to be agile, to work with project management. Okay, so I'm going to give you also, I wrote a LinkedIn article on this. I'm going to share this with you guys as well. Marketing technology. So marketing technology is this concept that on top of the CRM, on top of the customer service, marketing cloud, whatever that would be, you can add bits of technology that will help to solve business questions or problems. Like for instance, the WhatsApp, the SMS, connecting to different type of social media, etc. So as we stand right now, so that you can also have an understanding of how big is this market. Right now, we have marketing, in terms of marketing technology, there are more than 5,000 apps that connect to the CRM. Okay, so that you have an understanding, and this only on the Salesforce, meaning on the CRM world. Okay, and then you have CRM. I'm gonna show you guys David Liu. Okay, is the guru of CRM. Okay, and he started as being a marketeer, and then he evolved to something much more technical. Okay, and this has a marketing background as well. So marketing automation that we already spoke of, that I shared. So I'm going to give you also Salesforce band blog, digital marketing. I'm guessing that I don't need to share with you guys what is digital marketing about. I'm guessing that you already covered that during your masters. And then data analytics and insights. This is extremely needed and powerful, that you can actually transform the data into insights and recommendations on how to improve the business, how to improve the campaigns that you're running, etc., etc. Okay, you need to be data driven, and then on top of that, sum up with your business knowledge. Okay, then for that, I'm going to share you a book of John Foreman that worked at MailChimp. Then code. Okay, don't be afraid of code. Okay, code is extremely powerful, and you can add very interesting things on top of your marketing campaigns. You can do scripts as well. Okay, then empathic leadership. What is this about? This is about having the capacity of engaging more and more. We are working on a remote setting. Is the capacity of engaging across different cultures, across this remote setting, and actually understanding and leading people and understanding them. What is it that they are going through? And actually being leading by example and creating inspiration. Okay, so I'm gonna go then into it. So the mindset. So this is the book that I was speaking of. So Mindset: New Psychology of Success. Okay, I will share with you all of those links, so you can take a look into that afterwards. Okay, then upskilling. Okay, this is really powerful. More and more companies are investing a lot in this. So if you want to become someone that is a trainer in terms of marketing, you're gonna have a job for sure, because there is more and more demand. People right now that are working on the marketing side of things are not very, let's say, advanced. Okay, and therefore, if you take this route of becoming a trainer, you can actually give training and upskill people. Okay, then I just wrote an article around different methodologies of project management: Scrum, design thinking, hybrid, etc. So you can take a look. I'm explaining step by step everything around project management. Okay, then what else that I have here? So I have, for instance, marketing automation. Okay, different links to blogs around marketing automation. Okay, so that you understand how is it that you can work with Adobe Campaign, Marketing Cloud, etc. And then Neil Patel. Okay, a tremendous guru in terms of digital marketing. Okay, then Data Smart from John Foreman. That essentially, if you take a look at into this book, it's a very interesting book. So essentially, he mixes and he teaches you how to analyze campaigns. Okay, using data science and just by using Excel. Okay, which is quite interesting. Okay, then Academy for Code for those that are more techy. And then my advice is to take a look into Simon Sinek in terms of empathic leadership. Okay, and that's it for this part. And I'm open for QA. Okay, so let me know, Rebecca.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paulo. It was really amazing, and also we had a really powerful insight from you. I, for instance, changed all my opinion about Salesforce, and now I'm in love with it. I really want to go home and search more about it. So yeah, thank you for that. You really inspired that motivation in me. So thanks. I have here on the chat. I did a question. I wanted to know, because you asked about the different countries that you have worked, and one question is, what are the differences between the countries you have worked in terms of jobs in CRM and the skills needed for each one? So yeah, I don't know if you want to address this one, and after I will go to the others.
No, I can address that one. I think that's a very interesting question. Thanks for raising it. So to start from, I'm going to share with you what are the countries that I work at. Okay, so I worked in Portugal, I work in the Netherlands, Belgium, I worked in the UK, and now I'm in Spain, Barcelona. Okay, so I'm going to give you to start from the different views. Okay, so I'm quite sad about the Brexit, between brackets, because I can say to you that for a Portuguese, okay, going to the UK is extremely easy for different reasons. Okay, one, work-wise, it's very similar to the way we work in Portugal, but I would say more relaxed, and they invest a lot on people, and they have a lot of how to say, trust in you. Okay, so, and they are very keen to trial and error, and that's really amazing. So the UK, I would say, it's a country where if you are at the beginning of your career, it's a country that you should really take a look into that. It's very expensive. Okay, it's not really, I would say, for instance, I work in London. It's not a place for you to raise your family, I would say, but it's a place that you can definitely go there, spend, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, okay, and get a lot of baggage in terms of work. Okay, so that will be my key takeaway for the UK in comparison, for instance, to Portugal. The Netherlands, it's the most different country, take into consideration Portugal. Why? Because, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. So in the Netherlands, it's expected for you to work until 5 o'clock, and then when you have 10 minutes to go to 5, everyone is like packing things up, and you're going to go. If you start working over 5 o'clock, over and over again, people will come to you and ask you what's wrong with you. Why are you not efficient enough to be able to close at 5? Okay, and I'm sharing my personal experience working at Canon Europe HQ, where I was like thinking from a mindset of a Portuguese. So I was like working there at 9 o'clock in the evening, and then people came to me and asked me if I was stealing. Okay, and if I was actually um, going to do some kind of industrial espionage or something like that, which was quite fun in terms of the difference of mindsets. So the Netherlands, they are very organized. They plan everything really ahead, like talking about small things, trash. You have a yearly plan on trash. They know in advance, when you're in advance, when is it they're going to pick up the different types of trash. In terms of work, it's extremely powerful. There's a lot of companies. CRM is really booming in the Netherlands, and I would say that they just don't have sufficient people there. Okay, and if you go to the Netherlands, and if you are actually hired from Portugal into the Netherlands, it's possible that you're going to go into an expat status, and you're going to have special, let's say, benefits for 10 years. Okay, so I would strongly advise. Uh, Belgium is a mixed bag, okay, and Spain and Barcelona specifically, it's not what you may think of Spain. It's very edgy, tech-driven, uh, and it's, I would say, the best of all worlds, in my view. You get the sun, but you get also the opportunities. Okay, that will be my take. Rebecca, feel free.
Thank you very much. So, Paulo, now you don't only motivated me to look more into Salesforce, but also to live in Netherlands. So you're doing quite a job. At least.
Yeah, I would go. I would go to the Netherlands again, I have to say. Yeah, it's a really nice place to be.
So and it's also good because it's you're sharing it, and I was like really enjoying, because if that have that culture is also because companies are really allowing that culture to be able to provide. So yeah. Okay, so before taking the Matthias question, I have here Tammy with saying, I'm sorry to ask, I don't know if I understood correctly. Inside Salesforce, you can program social media and programmatic media, as well as only integrate the data to work across platforms.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to clarify on that. So you can work within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, you can actually do adverts. Okay, you can plan it inside of Salesforce Marketing Cloud and then launch the campaign as part of that. Inside of Salesforce per se, you can connect to the Salesforce Marketing Cloud and have the campaign also coming the results of the campaign, for instance, also coming into Salesforce. And there you can actually build up objects, custom objects that do not exist. And essentially you can program exactly, you can create them from scratch, but also drag and drop. You can do loads of things with drag and drop.
Tammy said, thank you. So Tammy, if you are not clarified with something, just raise your hand, or you can feel free to interact, no problem. Matthias also had another question, which is, what is important in an interview for a job in CRM?
Okay, very good question. I would say if you want to stand out, okay, from the others, because what you're gonna find yourself is that you're gonna go into competition between brackets, okay, healthy competition with data people and computer science people, okay, because this is a kind of an hybrid role. So for you to actually to have the edge, I would say make sure that you underline a lot your business knowledge, okay? Because you can learn Salesforce, okay, or you can learn Oracle, or you can learn another platform. But if you combine the tech knowledge with your business knowledge, for sure you're going to be ahead of the game. And the reason for that is that the most people that I come across that are coming more from the technical side, they just do not understand business. So they struggle a lot. Okay, so that will be my advice.
Okay, and I also received, thank you very much for your answer, Paulo. I also received another question. You mentioned WhatsApp marketing, but do you believe that WhatsApp marketing will be well received by the Portuguese? Because we Portuguese have a WhatsApp groups for everything, and we are really passionate about WhatsApp. I personally know that for other countries, WhatsApp is not as commonly used as here. We basically substitute SMS text by WhatsApp text. So since you mentioned it, it's also a kind of question that I also had for you. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, WhatsApp, I would say, Rebecca, WhatsApp is really coming to stay. Okay, so if we look specifically to Salesforce, they're going to be launching a specific product that is WhatsApp. Okay, so in Marketing Cloud, you're going to have WhatsApp, so you're going to be able to send out campaigns also via WhatsApp. WhatsApp in Spain, it's like king completely. When I went, like for instance, when I was working in the Netherlands 10 years ago, WhatsApp was king. So WhatsApp is definitely it's the platform of choice in terms of messaging. So I'd say yes.
Okay, perfect then. I believe the audience or either is shy, either is really engaged and well explained everything. Andre raised his hand. I don't know if you want to interact. Hello, Andre.
Yeah, thank you. Just thank you for the presentation. First of all, I would like to question you about. So, I'm looking for opportunities not specifically in marketing or in CRM or automation. I'm looking for job opportunities around banking, general consulting, and it sort of requires more only business knowledge and not necessarily these types of CRM or this type of knowledge. But I've also picked up some skills around programming and around digital marketing, because I believe you need like a structural and basis or a bit around every theme. Do you believe that CRM is also one of these topics that is required basis knowledge in every area, or do you think if I'm not going to CRM, I don't really need the knowledge?
Okay, first of all, thanks, Andre, for your question. So I've worked on both sides. Okay, so I also work as a consultant, okay, at IBM at the global level. And I can say to you that, for instance, you have different types of consultancy, okay, to start from. So you have strategic consultancy, like, for instance, McKinsey, okay? And you have, for instance, digital marketing consultancy, where, for instance, Deloitte plays a role, okay? But also Deloitte plays a role on the CRM side of things. Okay, so on CRM you have IBM, you have Deloitte, you have Accenture, you have really loads of big consultancies. For you to work on a consultancy, you need to decide on which type of consultancy are you going to work. Okay, if you want to work, for instance, on a more strategic side, you're not going to be needing in-depth knowledge of technical things. Okay, but for instance, if you're going to be working on the CRM side, ideally speaking, you need to combine both. Okay, and I mentioned, but I'm going to mention again. So CRM is the biggest market in terms of technology globally, hands down. 80 billion a year. Okay, so it's massive. And if you, I can say to you that one of the 10, just to give a notion, one of the 10 most requested jobs in Spain is actually a Salesforce consultant. It's not a CRM consultant, it's a Salesforce CRM consultant, one of the 10. So hopefully I address your question.
No, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, and as I said, I believe we are done. I don't know if someone wants to ask anything. Feel free to ask, to interact. But if you all are as clarified and as motivated as I am to go search more into Salesforce and Netherlands.
Yes, go, please.
Yeah, I'll definitely go. Yeah. So thank you once again, Paulo. It was really really interesting, this workshop. For all the audience here present today, we really appreciate your presence, your questions, your interaction, and yeah, that's it. I will just like to wish you a great evening to you all. And stay safe.
Yeah, let me just say one thing before I close, Rebecca. First of all, I would say also, just to close, to say thank you. And also, I have a special promotion for you guys, okay? So if you subscribe to my channel until the end of the month, okay, I'm gonna give 15 minutes free advice, okay, on CRM, on working across countries, etc., okay, it's my gift between brackets to you. Okay, so if you wanna know a bit more about it, I'm happy to help. Okay, and that's it.
Perfect. I'm already with my phone in my hand, going to subscribe. So thank you very much. Matthias already said that it's already subscribed. So yeah, you'll definitely hear more about us. And Kelly's also saying super thanks for this. It was very insightful. So yeah, I believe, Paulo, that all the audience present today was really engaging and really happy with this. Yeah. Okay. So thank you once again. Give me just 1 second. I apologize. Okay, sorry. It was just I just wanted to know if it was something important or not.
No worries.
Thank you really once again for your presence. And as I said, stay safe, and we will all subscribe to your channels. And who knows, meet you in the future.
Yeah, feel free. I'm happy to help. Okay, if you have any questions, just reach out. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you very much.
Bye.